Hey, look here, man. This thing is massive. Like I said, I had to get 3 hombres to come help me out right here. That's my son Ty, his cousin Kyle, and Ty's best friend Aiden. They're going to help me get it up on this desk, but I ended up getting them back over because I built a shorter table to put it on, just to give me a better view of the projects I'm working on when I'm sitting at my desk. But XTool's packaged this thing really well. Can't say enough about it. It's really, really good. But I think I say later on in the video that, I didn't tell you much about the box, and there's a lot out there, but hey, they did a great job. Can't say enough about it. Y'all ready for the XTool P3? Let's get rolling on this thing and show you how to set it up, get it ready for your first project. This thing is massive. I built a new stand, as you can see, and lowered it, got me some breathing room under it. But before we go any further, the unboxing that I didn't show you because they're the same, there are 1,000 out there, unboxing videos. So let's get rolling on this thing. I'm ready to start using this thing. I can't wait, man. So here we go. All right, the first thing we want to do is remove these 4 green clamps. All right, and they're just a little knob, and like I said, you're going to want to keep these things. But that keeps the gantry from moving. Now I'm going to get down here with you. Now what you want to do is just check it out. Make sure you don't hear any funny noises when you move it around by hand. No power on it yet. All right, let's get you a close-up on the inside. Of course, you're going to move a lot of those stickers, and there's some tape holding some pieces together, like right there, to keep it from falling off during shipping, but honeycomb base for it soon. So here we go. Time to roll on. All right. Back in the machine, remove the plug at the water reservoir, stick your funnel in that came with the machine, and grab your antifreeze. I always recommend putting a little antifreeze in, even if you do not live in a climate that freezes. It helps the machine run cooler. Grab your water and use the gauge on the back and fill it up till it tells you you're at the right spot. Now, with that said, make sure you read your owner's manual to know how much antifreeze for your zone to put in. After you do that, we're ready to go. Getting close, man. So the next thing we want to do is put in this little USB access control key. Now, it comes in your toolkit with your extra screws, screwdriver, and so forth. But this little thing right here is what we're going to install. And let's get it installed. It's on the left side of the machine. Now you'll see that you got some tape on it, or a protective cover. You just peel that off. And this little access control key plugs right in there. That's simple. All right, here we go to the next step. All right, I want to show you the inline exhaust fan that came with it. I actually have 2 hooked up because I had one hooked up before. This is a rudimentary thing. I haven't finished the actual connections on that, but it's working perfectly for this video. So it's installed, it's Bluetooth capable and ready to go. So here we go. All right, next grab your exhaust hose, slide it in, make sure it's snug and tight, and that's it. We're ready to run. All right, let's go over a few more features because we're about ready to power it on. You got a little button in the back that you just turn it on, flip it on. All right, I'm gonna pick up the camera and show you a few things. All right, we've got an LED touch button. That thing is pretty cool right there. And right there, you see it says lift. And what that is when we lift the lid, You see that red light? It's going to turn green. That's telling us that we have a good read on the inside of the machine and we're ready to place our first piece in there. But what we're going to do next is make sure that we've got the new XTool Studio. All right, guys, we're back. We're ready to download XTool Studios. I have already done it prior to this video, but let me show you how to do that just in case. So you'll do a quick Google search for XTool right here, XTool software download. It's popped up on my search history because I've already done it. So once you click that, you're going to go into XTool Studio. You're going to download whatever operating system you have, Windows or Mac. So once you download that, you're going to be ready to go. And let me clarify, because this machine is off the chain now. You cannot use Lightburn or Creative Space anymore if you're using the P3. It is specifically designed for XTool Studio because it does a whole lot more. There's more fonts, there's more options. It's just awesome. That's the only word I can think of. It's awesome. So once you download and it's ready to run, because we've got the P3 ready to roll, I'm going to open up XTool Studios. Now, what I like to do is run a test grid or a test array because on all the materials I use prior to any project. And the reason for that is I believe it saves you money in the long run. You don't want to be engraving a picture and then go, oh, I just wasted that 8x10 piece of wood when you could have already had your test array done on a small little 3x3 or 4x4 piece. So we're going to click on New Project, and then we're going to click. I like to use rectangles, so I'm going to just do a little 1/4-inch rectangle, and your grid's on your paper or on your screen. So we're going to click that. Now, before you go any further, this is a step I always forget. If you want to score it, engrave it, or cut it, we're going to do engraving first. So we're going to click Engrave, and then we're going to come over here on the left side and click Applications. Now, we'll click on Material Test Array. Now, what I like to do is about 7 rows and 7 columns, because that'll give me a good enough area of how well it does at a certain speed and certain power. So honestly, you're not going to be engraving at 100% power, so we're going to drop this down to say 55. And minimum engraving power 10. I'll leave it there. We've got 7 rows and it's spacing. Now your Y row is your speed. 1200 millimeters a second is what the P3 will do. I believe the P2 was 600, so it's twice as fast. Minimum speed is going to be 10 on this one, which is probably too low, so we'll leave it at 10 just to see. It's a test array. So again, make sure you're on engraving. We're going to click Done. And that is your test array that you see right there. Now, what I like to do, because I file these and keep these with me, I like to make it just a little bit bigger. And I'm going to cut this out and leave it just a little bit bigger so I can put what material it is, even though I know. But we're going to start out with 1/4-inch maple. And I'm going to engrave that. And then we're going to resize it just a little bit. We're going to spin it. And we're going to move it right into the box over here. Maybe make it just a little bit smaller. We don't need it that big. Into the box right here. So that way I know everything, what I'm engraving. So I want to change these to engrave as well. And I'm going to have to guess right here. So I'm going to say 30. Let's just do 30 at, put this up here out of the way a second, at a speed, one pass. Let's ungroup it because we need to ungroup it. So we're going to do this at a speed of, say, 300. So 30 power, speed of 300. We want to do all of these except the box at the same thing. Engrave 300, because honestly, we don't know yet exactly what it is. Even though they've got power settings and or settings in here, they do not have maple, and I'll show you that. But once we get all of these, your squares will be automatically set. Now we want to cut our box. I'm going to change that to red. I always put red as my cut line. So we're going to cut this, and I'm guessing here we're going to do a power of, say, 75 and a speed of 12. I'm guessing at that one with one pass on this 1/4 inch. But we'll see if it works real quick. So I'm going to put this back around my material. I'm going to group it all together. Now we have us a test array. Let me blow this up so you can see it. And I'm going to make it a 4x4. But that's what you're going to end up. We're going to have 1200 speed as our max, 10 as our lowest speed, 53 as our max power is what this is broken down to. So I'm going to set this at a 4-inch square. Oop, I got it locked in. That's not good. We're going to set that as a 4-inch square. And that will be our test grid. Now, what I need to do now is go back over to the P3, open the lid. Remember the green light I showed you? We're going to open up the lid. On your P3 is a new screenshot. We want to start. Now, it will tell you also if you need to remove your air nozzle. And start. And we got to hit the button. And there we go. You have a front view and a side view that you can look inside the machine. So let's let this run and finish up. All right, guys, that's totally amazing. I ended up running about 3 test patterns or test arrays on the 1/4 inch maple. The first one we did came out a little strong, but if you want to emboss something, that's something to look at. It almost cut through it with the highest power, which was 20 at 35, 20 speed at 35. That's way too much. But you're probably looking at about 315, and 35 will give you a good one. But I ran it again on a larger pattern, and they almost came out all the same. So here's a more detailed one, and I think this one right here, the best one, is going to be around 447, 400 speed and 47 power. That's pretty good. Now, I did a couple of tests on 1/2 inch poplar. That's pretty nice. And by the way, the XTool P3 cut that out. That's very nice. Kind of deep on some, but you'll get, with test arrays, you'll get what you really want to do. And I also did a cut pattern, which is 78 and 10 at 2 power, or 2 passes. 78 and 10 at 2 passes. Now, the kicker that I love is that it'll cut red oak. 1/2 inch red oak. I hadn't tried anything thicker yet, but the power on that one is 75 power at 10 speed at 3 passes. You could probably get away with 2 passes, but that's pretty cool right there. It's going to open up a lot of other opportunities for us with this XTool P3. Can't say enough about it. It's off the chain. It rocks. It's awesome. It's absolutely amazing. So that's pretty much it. I've got other videos coming of the conveyor being installed on this P3. I've got videos coming of projects and laser engraved photos on it to see how well it does. But we're going to run it through a lot more tests on more videos. Don't forget to hit that subscribe and comment on this video and let me know what you think. And I appreciate it. Don't forget the memberships that are available on the channel. You get free files with those. I'm going to send out some this week to the members that have already signed up. So guys, I appreciate it. One last thing. All playing, all seriousness, everything aside except the seriousness part, Jesus loves you.